Chapter 61. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The future is coming, and the future is coming. In the future, you have to make decisions for me, your senior brother. They all don't take me seriously. I, the Holy Lord, am not as good as the disciple who guards the door, that the Holy Lord Yaoguang said with snot and tears. The tone was so aggrieved that those who heard it were sad and cried. How about this, senior brother? I will transfer all the resources in the sect to you, and then you hurry up to become stronger and suppress all these old guys in the toilet for me, let them. Bang 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 bang. Before he finished speaking, a group of palace masters laughed and surrounded the Holy Lord and kicked him in a circle. Even the disciples were not surprised to see this scene. There were even a few disciples who saw the Holy Lord rolling to their feet like a ball and moved away in disgust. Zixiao was completely surrounded, and the voices of concern from tens of thousands of disciples were endless. This scene made him feel a little warm in his heart. This was a feeling he had never had before. It seemed that when he came to this Yaoguang Holy Land, which was a place outside the script, he would not let the so-called villain plot affect him. If it was possible, it would probably have to wait until the sect competition. Yaoguang Holy Land was the home court, and people from all the Holy Lands would come here. I don't know what would happen. There was no point in thinking too much. Zixiao chatted with the disciples around him. Piao Miao had disappeared when everyone surrounded him. I don't know if he didn't like the crowds or if he was in a hurry. After chatting with everyone, Zixiao returned to his Lingxiao palace. System, tell me, leniency to those who confess, severity to those who resist. There was silence for a while, and then the system slowly spoke. What do you want to know? Are you a man or a woman? Me. I am asexual. Oh, so you are a hermaphrodite. Are you so polite? Nonsense. Zhao emotions suddenly became excited. Tell me, as my system, I have uninstalled you. How did you come back by yourself, and, is the thing I fought against before the way of heaven? What did you find? The system said in a deep voice. In fact, I found the problem when I was in Tianxian Holy Land, thanks to the novels I read before. Zixiao said slowly, it's true that I am a villain. It's fine that the heavenly Tao doesn't favor me, but why would he kill me? Shouldn't the Son of Destiny do it himself? Also, when I used the great method of transformation, I could clearly feel the things in the cracks. That thing is definitely not the so-called heavenly Tao. Well, you are right. The system did not find any excuses this time, but directly exposed its cards. It is indeed not the real heavenly Tao. Today's heavenly Tao has been polluted. This pollution is too strong, causing the world to collapse and the great Tao to be damaged. Sure enough. Zixiao had expected that for so many years, he had been locking himself up in the Holy Sun Peak. In addition to hiding, there was another reason. He wanted to figure out the problems of the system, heavenly Tao, Son of Destiny, and villains. After seeing the ancient godlike creature, Zixiao confirmed that the thing was not the heavenly Tao at all. If I'm not mistaken, your system is closely related to the heavenly Tao, right? Huh. The system was shocked. How do you know? Nonsense, Zixiao said disdainfully. Come on, tell me yourself. You gave me your physical strength and resources, and at the critical moment, you came out to save me. You are no longer hiding anything. You even came up with something like the great law of self-transformation. How can a system, even if it is a little more exaggerated, be fearless of the heavenly Tao right from the start? If you really don't fear the heavenly Tao, you wouldn't have forced me to close the mountain for so many years. The system fell silent again. Zixiao rarely spoke. After an unknown amount of time, the system finally spoke. Rather than saying that I have a relationship with the heavenly Tao, I would rather say that I am part of the great Tao. Whether it is the heavenly Tao, the Son of Destiny, or the system, it can never escape the word Tao. This Tao is the great Tao. Now that the heavenly Tao is damaged, the great Tao has been divided into countless fragments. I am one of them, and the largest fragment. When I came here, I naturally became the system of the Traverser. Good fellow, Zixiao directly asked Bumbu to live. He guessed that the system was related to the heavenly Tao, but he never guessed that this thing was actually a fragment of the great Tao. Then what is he who has the system? Villain? What villain? I already have a fragment of the great Tao, and the Son of Destiny is actually me. You are silent. Are you thinking that the Son of Destiny is actually you? The system predicted Zixiao's prediction and taunted, don't think about it, you are a villain. What kind of character do you have? Don't you know it in your heart? Do you look like the Son of Destiny? That the system continued to speak on its own. Under the great Tao, there is no so-called Son of Destiny. The Son of Destiny is created by the heavenly Tao, and now the heavenly Tao is damaged, and it is destined to stand on the opposite side of the great Tao, so you are a villain. There is nothing wrong with it. Well, it's still a villain, so what do you want me to do for you, the system? No, not for you to help me, it is to help yourself. The system calmly replied, you should remember that when you used the Hua-Dafa, no one responded to you, which means that those people had no good feelings towards you. Not only that, but they even had grudges against you. Although I don't know what you did in the future that angered the heavens and people and made the whole world hostile, it is obvious that if you don't become stronger and continue to play badly, they will definitely cross the long river of time to kill you in the future. Emperor Shirtian. When it comes to the matter of Hua-Dafa, Zixiao thinks of Emperor Shirtian who sits on the throne like an immortal king. Others just don't lend their power, and Emperor Shirtian even wants to wipe him out directly across the long river of time. He remembered this grudge. If you want to kill such an existence, you need to become your future self, otherwise, it will definitely be in vain. Tell me, how can you help me become stronger? You finally stopped playing badly. The system heard Zixiao's words and wanted to kneel down directly. God knows how helpless the system has been for all these years, just like when he first found Zixiao. In order to get Zixiao on board, the system directly turned into a sign-in system. It turns out that he was right to do so. After Zixiao learned that he was a villain, he directly started to play badly and even uninstalled the system. The system also has to thank the infected heavenly Tao. If it weren't for his help, Zixiao probably wouldn't have allowed him to reload it. Chapter 62. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was so angry, and he was so angry. Host, don't worry, I am the fragment of the first avenue in the world of heavens, so you will definitely surpass the heavenly way, and it is not impossible to even reach the level of the avenue. You want to become stronger, right? Come. I'll help you. Ding dong, the system prompt sounded in Zixiao's head. Feeling the host strong will specially open the task to become stronger system. Task 1, kill the Son of Destiny, Lin Yi. Task 2, kill the Son of Destiny, Sui Yuanfei. Clear the destiny of the Son of Destiny. The means is to snatch the opportunity, including but not limited to snatching the Daughter of Destiny, changing the original plot. Changing. Wait a minute. Before the system's voice prompt was finished, Zixiao interrupted the other party directly. Kill the Son of Destiny. Snatch the opportunity, snatch the Daughter of Destiny. Can you be more old-fashioned? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The system seemed to be insulted, and the tone became ashamed and angry. I am the fragment of the first avenue of the heavens, naturally different from others. How could I let you kill the Son of Destiny so easily? Zixiao really wanted to say that if you had a physical body, you would be hard-mouthed after death, but after thinking about it, he still didn't continue to stimulate the system. Instead, he said, then tell me, what do these tasks mean? Have you finished reading it? I'm asking you, have you finished reading it? You haven't finished reading it yet, and you're talking about old-fashioned things. Listen to me first. Okay. Zixiao said 3 good words like coaxing a child, and then closed his mouth. Ding dong. The system's prompt sounded again. Then, the task panel appeared in Zixiao's mind. Task 1, kill the Son of Destiny, Lin Yi. Task 2, kill the Son of Destiny, Sui Yuanfei. Clear the luck of the Son of Destiny. The means is to snatch the opportunity, including but not limited to snatching the Daughter of Destiny, changing the original plot, and changing the fate of the Son of Destiny, of course. If the host does not want to kill the Son of Destiny, it is also possible. Just make trouble. The bigger the trouble, the more rewards you get. If it doesn't work, sign in, go to a new place. You can sign in and get rewards. If it doesn't work again, breathe stronger. You can become stronger without breathing. If it doesn't work, just swallow the pills. The system will give you pills every day. You will become stronger if you take the pills. As long as you don't give up, anything is fine. Xiao was completely speechless. Buddy, why do you still have typos? Not breathing. It should be every breath, right? Is this the rule you changed recently? What breathing, taking drugs, signing in, all that mess? It's obviously because I said something old-fashioned before, Tongzi who wants to be strong all his life. This time, it's not old-fashioned, right? The system said breathlessly, as if it had just typed like crazy. It's not old-fashioned, sincerely, Tongzi, I'm sorry, my tone just now was a little too strong. Xiao's tone was apologetic and a little sympathetic. It's okay. We are friends, don't mind it. The system said carelessly. According to your old-fashioned, no, according to your novel model, I can indeed continue to become stronger, but what can you get? Me? I can't get anything, not only that, I have to give you some. Do you think those rewards are cabbage? Do you know how much effort and sweat I spent to get them? The system said with great sorrow. Then what's the point of you helping me become stronger? Don't say you like to do good things. It seems that because of the personality of the time traveler, Xiao is a little wary no matter what he faces, even if the other party is his own system. I just need your help to collect the fragments of the avenue. Like I said, the avenue is scattered everywhere. They may become opportunities, systems, or even allow people to be reborn, travel through time, or possess other bodies. These are all possible. As long as I collect enough fragments of the avenue, I can restart the heavenly Tao. At that time, if you want to be the heavenly Tao, you can be the heavenly Tao. If you want to be the son of destiny, you can be the son of destiny. Even if you want to be the avenue, forget it. Your personality is not suitable for being the avenue. In short, just collect those fragments. Of course, this is absolutely not in conflict with your becoming stronger, and it is not mandatory. It's just a matter of convenience. Hearing the system say this, Xiao, only then did he feel relieved. Indeed, if what the system said was true, and he was part of the fragments of the Great Tao, then after collecting the fragments and integrating them, a complete Great Tao would be able to easily suppress an infected heavenly Tao. Wouldn't that be a piece of cake? At that time, he really didn't have to be a villain. Of course, if he had the cultivation that was on par with the Great Tao, he would be a villain. Now he has the backing of the Yaoguang Holy Land, and he also has his Huazi Dafa, Zhangtian Gong, and the system. Collecting fragments of the Great Tao is indeed a handy thing, unless the system was just bragging, saying that he was the largest fragment of some Great Tao. If it wasn't bragging, then it would definitely crush other systems or opportunities. Little Master, that just when Xiao was about to agree to the system, a pleasant voice like a lark came from outside the Lingxiao Palace. Okay, Tongzi, I know what you mean. We'll talk about it later. After saying that, Xiao returned directly to reality. With a wave of his hand, the protective formation of Lingxiao Palace was cancelled, and the people outside also walked in. The person who came was Yan Linger, the disciple of Yaoguang Saint. After the war, Yaoguang Saint specially introduced his disciple to Xiao. She is also the sect saint of Yaoguang Holy Land. She was dressed in a light ice blue dress, like a fluttering butterfly. Her smart big eyes flashed with curiosity. Her smile was like a flower, exuding the vitality of youth. Her steps were brisk, like jumping notes, and every step was full of vitality and energy. She came to Xiao in a hop and a skip. Uncle Master, you set up the temple protection formation in broad daylight. Are you afraid that someone will peek at you taking a bath? Yan Linger's big, lively eyes blinked like stars, full of cunning. Okay, stop teasing me. Tell me, what are you doing here? Xiao smiled gently. In return, the ancestors, the Lord and the disciples of Yaoguang Holy Land all regarded him as their own, and even did not hesitate to fight against the heavenly Tao together. Xiao would naturally treat such a sect gently. My unlucky master wanted you to go to the main hall, so he sent me to find out if you have been well educated. When mentioning the Lord of Yaoguang, Yan Linger's little mouth pouted high. This is Lingxiao Palace, which was originally called Taiji Palace. Yan Ling'er has been coveting this magic weapon for a long time, but her master has no intention of passing the palace to her. Chapter 63. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was very excited, the Holy Lord Hall, at this time, the Holy Lord of Yaoguang was very excited, the ancestors who were blown out of the tomb praised his contribution to the sect. After all, with a monster like Zixiao joining the Holy Land of Yaoguang, the future is promising. Of course, the Holy Lord of Yaoguang complained to the ancestors. Their disciples, that is, his junior brothers and sisters, all ignored his Holy Lord and beat and scolded him at every turn. Because of Zixiao's contribution, the core palace masters were all locked up by the ancestors. Sitting on his own chair, the Holy Lord of Yaoguang was full of satisfaction. It feels so good. My ears are finally quiet. This is all thanks to my junior brother. The Lord of Light sighed. At this moment, the array pattern outside the palace door fluctuated, a man and a woman walked in from outside. After a closer look, who else could it be but his junior brother? As for that disciple, he simply chose to ignore him. Junior brother. You are here. I didn't worry you about my evil disciple along the way, did I? Hey, I said I would find a reliable person to pick you up, but... What did you say? Before the Lord of Light finished speaking, Yan Ling'er bared her teeth and was about to show the other party a good look. Don't come over here, my junior brother is here, what are you doing? The Lord of Light was alert, he was also very puzzled when he saw that Yan Ling'er didn't take action directly. When his disciple got angry, no one would tolerate him. Why was he so well behaved today? Seeing Zixiao next to him, he probably understood something and smiled. If the two of them could, no. Before he could think about it, Saint Yaoguang immediately dismissed the idea. Can his own disciple be worthy of junior brother? Are you kidding? Forget it, forget it. Don't let junior brother hold you back. Junior brother, I asked you to come this time mainly to ask what you think. The sect competition will start soon. I want to invite you to be the host. I don't know what you think. Of course, if you don't want to do it, it doesn't matter. I will arrange someone else. That it's not easy for the sect to have Zixiao join. Being the host of this sect competition is to let all the major holy places see that their sect is going to rise. But if this move goes against Zixiao's own wishes, it will be bad, so Saint Yaoguang asked his disciple to invite Zixiao to come and have a face-to-face chat. The sect competition. Zixiao's brain started to work. In this sect competition, he would definitely meet people from Tianxian Holy Land. He didn't want to get involved, but if he wanted to help Tongzi get more fragments, he definitely couldn't miss it. After all, where there are many geniuses, there must be some strange opportunities. With the eye of insight, it would be more convenient to find fragments of the great Tao. Thinking of this, Zixiao smiled and said, Brother, I agreed. I'm just a host. It doesn't matter. Great, great. Yaoguang Saint slapped his thigh and was very excited. You know, his junior brothers and sisters usually don't take him seriously, and even his own apprentices dislike him. Look at his junior brother again. He knows that he will be a man who can cross the long river of time in the future, but he is so warm-hearted. As expected, people will die if they compare themselves with people, and goods will be thrown away if they are compared with goods. If other junior brothers and sisters are half as good as Zixiao, it would be perfect. By the way, senior brother, I want to go to Qilian City. Hearing Zixiao's words, Saint Yaoguang was stunned at first, and then said, Junior brother, those old guys in Qilian City have a deep grudge against you. If you go. Oh, right. Originally, Saint Yaoguang didn't want Zixiao to go, but suddenly he thought of something and changed his tone. You can go. It just so happens that Izu and the others are coming back, he. We have been coveting Qilian City for a long time. If they dare to attack you, it will be just right. Junior brother, what do you think about being the city lord? City lord? Yes. After you come to the sect, you must have a gift. The Lingshao Palace is what you deserve. Of course, you must have a special gift. I think the position of the city lord of Qilian City is very suitable for you. Zixiao looked at Saint Yaoguang, who kept laughing, and didn't know what to say. Is this really a holy place, not a bandit den? How many people are you laughing at? Meaning? It seems that I, the villain, am stupid. Aren't you the sect of the Son of Destiny? So you always go to rob things. Seeing that Zixiao had not spoken, the holy lord of Yaoguang slapped his forehead and said, "Oh, right. I forgot, junior brother, you are of noble character, you should hate this kind of thing, right? But don't feel psychologically burdened, these are the rules set by our ancestor." He said something, that is, can the things of cultivators be called robbery? That is clearly a chance, my fist is harder than yours, your things are mine. This sentence has been regarded as a criterion by several generations of our Yaoguang holy land, so I'm sorry to make you laugh, but don't worry, our sect will definitely not do anything that will embarrass you, let alone the matter of Qilian City. Good guy. This time the evidence is conclusive, Yaoguang Holy Land is definitely a bandit's den. If you regard this sentence as a criterion, you might as well just say kill, rob and burn, and it seems that the Holy Lord Yaoguang has a deep misunderstanding of him. Zixiao sighed secretly. When did he get the title of high moral character? Isn't this what a villain should do? Junior brother, you. Brother, don't say anything. I am willing to go to Qilian City. Zixiao said calmly. Junior brother. The Lord of Yaoguang was touched, and even clenched Zixiao's hands. I understand, I really understand. You want to make the foundation of the sect richer, so you are willing to tarnish your reputation and go to Qilian City, right? Brother, I have to go to Qilian City because I am there. Stop talking, I understand. Zixiao wanted to explain that he was not a person of high moral character, but before he could say anything, he was interrupted by the Lord of Yaoguang. My ancestors of the Yaoguang Holy Land really smoked green smoke in their graves to allow you to become my junior brother. Junior brother, don't worry, I will never let you down. The Lord of Yaoguang said with tears in his eyes, can I give you a punch? Looking at the old face of the Lord of Yaoguang constantly approaching him, and holding his hands tightly, there was no way. The Lord of Yaoguang looked so bad that he deserved a beating, and Zixiao resisted the idea of beating him up. What do you mean I will never let you down? Even though we are familiar with each other, I will still sue you for defamation if you say anything wrong. Chapter 64. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The more the two of them fought, the more they fought. He now understood why those senior sisters and brothers would punch and kick the holy land of Yaoguang at every turn. Who could bear this? The veins on Zixiao's forehead became more and more violent as the Holy Lord of Yaoguang approached, and his originally deep pupils began to change, and the ancient double pupils were about to appear. Fortunately, when he was about to break through the safe distance, the Holy Lord of Yaoguang retreated. Junior brother, when are you going to leave? I need to contact Zhu and the others. I don't know if they have finished fighting Qiu Feng, discussing the Dao. I'll leave tomorrow. Well, I know. I'll go and prepare now, but junior brother, I really thank you so much. After that, the Holy Lord Yaoguang was about to move forward again. Seeing this, Zixiao quickly stepped back, his eyes full of vigilance. Junior brother, you are willing to tarnish your reputation for the sake of the sect. Don't worry, no matter what happens in the future, I will stand behind you. The Holy Lord Yaoguang said with a gentle face. Thank you for your concern, senior brother, then I'll take my leave first. Uncle Junior, wait a minute, let's chat for a while. I still want to talk to you more. That when Yan Linger heard that Zixiao was leaving, she quickly tried to keep him, but Zixiao seemed to have not heard it, completely ignored Yan Linger's retention, turned around and left directly, and could even be described as running. He was afraid that if he stayed a little longer, he would punch the Holy Lord Yaoguang fiercely. What Zixiao didn't know was that the Holy Lord Yaoguang shed tears of emotion as he watched him leave. My junior brother treated me like this, I really. Hey! Old man, that the Holy Lord Yaoguang was feeling moved by himself, but was brought back to reality by his own disciple. You traitor! Do you want to tell master? Tell me, what's the matter? Yen Linger pouted and said dissatisfiedly, if it weren't for your disgusting expression, how could Junior Master leave so quickly? I want to talk to him more. What a disgusting expression. What are you talking about? Yaoguang Saint said angrily, I can't help but feel a sense of sympathy with Junior Master. Junior Master is such a noble person, but he discredits himself for the sake of the sect. How can I not be moved? If you can be like your Junior Master, I will feel relieved. Half. Can't I just become Junior Master's other half? Yen Linger's pretty face was slightly flushed. Ah. The Holy Lord Yaoguang sighed, and then said, my disciple, you should know that my junior brother is a genius among geniuses. Such a person must be surrounded by beautiful girls. It is said that there are countless fairies in Tianxian Holy Land who love him. Old man. Don't you have confidence in your own disciple? Am I not worthy of my junior uncle? As she spoke, Yen Linger proudly raised her swan-like neck. My disciple, look. The Holy Lord Yaoguang pointed outside the hall. There was a tree in the distant mountain. The tree was out of tune with the surroundings. It was surrounded by fairy trees, but it was a mortal tree, and it still stood tall among the fairy trees. Yen Linger immediately realized, I understand master, you mean that even if you are ordinary, you can still stand out from the crowd of geniuses, right? But your analogy is wrong. I am also a proud girl of heaven, and I am no worse than them. That the Holy Lord of Yaoguang shook his head and said with a melancholy face, disciple, you misunderstood. What I mean is that if you dare to harass your junior uncle, I will hang you on that crooked tree and hang you to death. Old man. You are looking for death. The next morning, Zixiao left the Holy Land of Yaoguang directly. The gatekeepers had already received the order of the Holy Lord of Yaoguang, and they respected Zixiao so much that they said nothing and sent Zixiao away. After leaving the Holy Land of Yaoguang, Zixiao could feel a few breaths hidden in the surrounding space. Needless to say, it must be the protector prepared by the Holy Lord of Yaoguang for him. Now that the ancestors have been blown out of their graves one after another, it is naturally no problem for them to protect Zixiao. Qilian City is not far from Yaoguang Holy Land, and Zixiao soon arrived at this city. There were no bloody hero-saving beauty incidents along the way. Qilian City was destroyed by Piamiao's battle with that terrifying creature, and now it has been restored by someone with great means. Seeing this intact city, Zixiao also sighed. Arriving in front of the city gate, the guards saw Zixiao with a strange look in their eyes. Zixiao's portrait had already spread throughout the surrounding star fields, so the guards saw Zixiao's identity at a glance, but they didn't say anything, but let him go directly. At the moment when Zixiao walked into Qilian City, the array pattern surrounding the entire Qilian City seemed to light up, but no one was staring at the array pattern, so no abnormality was found. Looking at the lively surroundings, Zixiao felt a little interested. You know, the previous war has proved that this so-called neutral city is just a cover. If there is really any problem, the creatures underground will come out directly, but even so, there is still an endless stream of cultivators coming and going, and even the shops in the city have reopened. It can be seen how important a city that can accommodate the exchanges between the righteous and evil cultivators is. Young master. Just as Zixiao was strolling along, the former Qinfeng Tower follower, Manager Qian, came towards him, his face full of anxiety. Manager Qian, seeing the person coming, Zixiao was also a little happy. After all, the other party's arrangement for him was indeed very good. Manager Qian came to Zixiao's side and whispered, young master, why are you in Qilian City again? Oh. What, are you afraid that I will ask you for the witch? Why are you so nervous? Zixiao joked. Oh. Young master. You are staying well in Yaoguang Holy Land. Why did you come to this place? Manager Qian's tone was extremely serious. Since the last time, Qilian City has been full of your portraits, and a bounty has been issued for you. And it was also said that the Qilian City's forbidden martial arts contract is invalid for you, that is, anyone can attack you. Interesting. Zixiao looked at the monks around him. After he entered Qilian City, he felt the ill intentions of those around him. Now it seems that it must be because of the fact that Qilian City wanted him. it is estimated that the reason why those people have not taken action yet is because they are worried about him being accepted as a disciple by Piao Miao. No matter how high the reward is, you have to be alive to receive it. Everyone is waiting and watching. What? Don't you want to receive the reward? Look at the idiots around you. They all seem to want to eat me. Chapter 65. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was very happy. You are joking, young master. Manager Qian smiled bitterly and said, you are a distinguished guest of our Qingfeng Tower. We will never attack guests in Qingfeng Tower. It's rare. Zixiao sighed, indeed, in this world of immortal cultivation where people eat each other, every cultivator is constantly fighting for the word immortal. They are not relatives, but they are treated like this just because they have spent money in Qingfeng Tower. Such people are rare in the world of immortal cultivation. Old Qian, you are still opening Qingfeng Tower again here. Didn't these guys cause trouble for you? Zixiao pointed to the ground while speaking. He saw clearly that day that the creatures of the Supreme Realm rushed up from the torn earth. It's okay, young master, but when he said this, Manager Qian had a smug look on his face. My Qingfeng Tower is not a place that can be manipulated by others. They, Qilian City, will not tear their faces with them, not to mention. Manager Qian did not continue to talk and Zixiao did not ask, but changed the tone. By the way, how is Ryu? Miss Ryu is no longer receiving guests. Our shopkeeper said that Ryu should stay in Qingfeng Tower. When you come to Qingfeng Tower, Ryu will directly entertain you. Oh, Zixiao's eyes lit up, is the witch still here? I must. Manager Qian patted his chest. I left in a hurry last time, and I haven't said goodbye to you properly. And, if I'm not mistaken, someone from your side should want to see me. As expected of you, young master. Please follow me. Manager Qian made a gesture of invitation and led the way. The people behind Qingfeng Tower were very interested in Zixiao. After all, in addition to his reputation in Tianxian Holy Land, the most important point is that Zixiao fought against the Holy King with a split spirit. He can be said to be the first person in ancient and modern times. No matter how amazing other Tianjiao are, they can't fight against the Holy King across so many realms. Tianjiao who hasn't grown up is just Tianjiao, but Zixiao is an exception, which is why all the major sects are interested in him now. The two were walking towards Qingfeng Tower, and a group of people came towards them. Zixiao was very familiar with that group of people. They were the guards of Qilian City. But the leader was a young man. The young man was surrounded by the bright light of the golden sun. His blood and energy surged like a tide, and his golden pupils were full of majesty. He was obviously a young man, but he seemed like a god king descending. Why did he come out? Manager Qian was also dumbfounded when he saw the person coming. The monks around him were whispering. Son of the Supreme. Have those underground taboos finally sent out their successors? Lu Changming, it is said that he has the blood of dragons and lions, and his blood and qi power crush his peers. He once killed a late-stage soul cultivator with the cultivation of the nascent soul stage. Now that a few years have passed, he should have become a soul cultivator by now, right? Killing a soul cultivator is nothing. You know, Zixiao is already in the soul cultivator stage, and he can even fight against the Saint King. You should know what price you have to pay to fight against the Saint King with a soul cultivator. When Zixiao left, he was injured. Lu Changming is a few years older than Zixiao. As a genius, he probably came for Zixiao. This is interesting. Zixiao was injured by the Tao. Without the imperial medicine, it is impossible to recover. Against Lu Changming, hey. It seems that we can't get the bounty. You said it as if you dare to take action if Lu Changming doesn't come out. Yaoguang Holy Land will send people over at any time. What are you afraid of? It is said that the weirdness in the universe almost destroyed Yaoguang Holy Land 2 days ago. Even so, the ancestors of Yaoguang Holy Land did not show up. They must have not returned from the ancient battlefield. The current Yaoguang Holy Land is almost an empty shell. While everyone was discussing, Lu Changming had already arrived in front of Zixiao. Ding dong, the system prompt sound suddenly sounded at this moment. A Dao fragment was detected. Zixiao was originally in a bad mood, but he didn't expect to encounter a Dao fragment. He quickly opened the Eye of Insight. Name, Lu Changming, bone age, 25. Race, monster, physique, dragon lion body, gradually returning to the ancestral body, level, early stage of fusion, tags, strong physique, supreme posture, dragon bloodline, a genius, a berserker. This time, the Eye of Insight saw so much information. Although Lu Changming was a genius, he was not that strong. He was not as strong as Lin Yi and Zhui Yuanfei, let alone him. Although he had the same cultivation level as him, Lu Changming was 7 years older than him. In 7 years, Zixiao felt that he could pass the tribulation, and the opponent's tag did not show the fragment of the avenue. Could it be that he was not? Thinking of this, Zixiao looked at the other people around him again. Among the guards of Qilian City, there was a man who covered half of his face with a hood. He was ordinary in the crowd. If you didn't look carefully, you would ignore him directly, but Zixiao was different. He had the Eye of Insight. Name, Lu Changge, bone age, 19 years old, realm, mid-stage of spirit division, physique, heaven-devouring demon body, labels, hypocrite, yin and yang, mastermind, demon heart. Gold finger, destiny villain system, recent opportunities, lurking in Qilian City. 3 days later, devour Lu Changming with heaven-devouring demonic skill, gain a strong physique. 10 days later, enter the underground world, become a supreme disciple. 3 years later, take advantage of the master's nirvana, devour his essence. 4 years later, Zixiao almost couldn't hold back when he saw the other party's message. You are the destiny villain. Then what am I? There are only 3 words in my label, big villain. It sounds like it doesn't sound as cool as the destiny villain. Host, please don't make boring jokes. The villain of destiny and the son of destiny are mutually reinforcing and mutually exclusive, and belong to the category of heaven. Even if this so-called villain of destiny can counterattack the son of destiny, it is just absorbing its label. Is the villain of destiny stronger than the big villain? What a joke! That the angry voice of the system sounded in Zixiao's mind. This made Zixiao speechless. He felt that there seemed to be some problems with his own system before, whether it was naming or giving rewards, or the process was a bit tacky, but he was always strong and couldn't bear to say a bad word about him. If I guessed correctly, the system carried by Lu Changge must be one of the fragments of the avenue. In other words, his enemies in the future will not only be the son of destiny, but also the villain of destiny. This is really an enemy of the whole world. Moreover, it seems that the starting point of the destined villain is higher than that of the destined child. Lu Changge was distracted at the beginning and even set his sights on Qilian City. Chapter 66. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was so angry that he was not happy. While Zixiao was looking at Lu Changge, the other party was also looking at Zixiao. Zixiao's information also appeared in the system in Lu Changge's mind. Of course, under the cover of Zixiao's system, Lu Changge could see very little information, but he saw the ancient double pupils and Zixiao's cultivation in the fusion realm. Lu Changge took a breath of cold air. At the age of 18, he not only had the terrible physique of the ancient double pupils, but also had the cultivation in the fusion realm. It was simply his best tonic. But why was he not the son of destiny with such strength? Lu Changge looked at Zixiao in some confusion, and even communicated with the system in his mind. Are you sure that this Zixiao is not the son of destiny? Host, rest assured, the system will not be wrong. I don't feel the breath of destiny on the person in front of me. Then how can he have such a terrifying cultivation? I think he is a person with great luck, but he is definitely not the son of destiny. I don't feel the breath of destiny on him. That's good. If that's the case, there is no need to deprive him of his luck value. I just need to find an opportunity to swallow him. I will definitely be able to surpass the 9 heavens and 10 earths. In reality. Are you Zixiao? Lu Changming's indifferent voice sounded, bringing Zixiao back to his senses. Seeing the anger in the other's eyes, Zixiao really wanted to say, buddy, you are going to die soon. Even if you don't meet me, you will definitely be swallowed by others, but Lu Changming obviously didn't know what Zixiao was thinking. He only knew that the human race in front of him was too arrogant. He knew that Qilian City had put him on the must-kill list, but he dared to walk into the city so brazenly. He was simply courting death. Mr. Lu, this Mr. Zixiao is a distinguished guest of our Qingfeng Tower. Please get out of the way. Manager Qian was also very upset. It was clear that as long as he arrived at Qingfeng Tower, the people of Qilian City would not dare to mess around, but he was robbed on the way. What if Zixiao misunderstood that he and Qilian City had joined forces to set him up? Wouldn't he offend Zixiao for no reason? Manager Qian, you are very brave. This is Qilian City. Even if we have an agreement, it is limited to your Qingfeng Tower. You want to defy my will on the streets of this Qilian City. Boom. As Lu Changming was angry, his golden hair flew wantonly, and the terrifying aura on his body caused the surrounding ground to begin to collapse. Dragon might burst out from his body, as if a real dragon was lingering here. Manager Qian's face turned pale. Although he was the manager of Qingfeng Tower, he was not good at fighting at all. Not only was his cultivation mediocre, but he also had no bloodline, so it was difficult for him to resist the terrifying dragon might. At this moment, a figure blocked him. It was Zixiao. The dragon might like a real dragon disappeared without a trace in an instant. Young master. Manager Qian hated his own powerlessness. He had come to invite Zixiao to Qingfeng Tower, but now he became the object of Zixiao's protection. You are very strong, beyond my expectation. Lu Changming spoke. His body was covered by the golden sun, and the phantom of the real dragon was lingering in the void, majestic and sacred, and the sound of dragon roars resounded throughout the universe. He is of dragon lion bloodline, with a strong body and powerful spiritual sense. Of course, he can sense that there is also a bloody energy in Zixiao's body, which is as vast as the sea and gathered in his flesh and blood. Once it erupts, it will surely shock the world. It is also because of this strong physique that he is not afraid of the dragon's might. Really? Zixiao said lightly, but you are too weak, so weak that I don't know what the relationship between those old guys underground and you is, but if they want you to deal with me, that's really. Boom. Before Zixiao finished speaking, Lu Changming attacked. His hands turned into claws, the golden hair on his head fluttered, and the real dragon's shadow in the void opened its mouth, and one after another, the dragon breath like the sun smashed towards the place where Zixiao was. Seeing this, Zixiao was not afraid. His silver-purple long hair fluttered backwards, and a thunder mark appeared on the palm of his right hand, and the blue-purple electric light bloomed, blasting towards the sky. This was a violent earthquake. The sky seemed to be pierced, thunder roared everywhere, dragon breath exploded, shining to every corner, endlessly, with a buzzing sound. At the critical moment, Qilian City, the array pattern lit up, and the red light enveloped the entire city. It was transformed by runes. The red light covered the sky and sealed the void, preventing Zixiao and Lu Changming's energy from pouring out, otherwise others would be in danger. You don't even have the qualifications to let me use my double pupils. Zixiao floats in the mid-air, his whole body surrounded by wisps of electric light, his long silver-purple hair flying, like an ancient god born after bathing in thunder and lightning. Hearing Zixiao's words, Lu Changming frowned, and then he let out a light scolding, and hundreds of green dragons rushed out from the ground. Each one was like flesh and blood, and they were unparalleled in power. Many monks who were watching the battle were shocked. What kind of magic did Lu Changming use? It was actually able to summon hundreds or even thousands of afterimages of the blue dragon, and these afterimages seemed to have entities, with amazing vitality and blood. Zixiao, who was in the air, saw the thousands of dragon shadows roaring towards him without any panic at all, the law of heaven and earth. Boom! With a roar, a giant figure tens of meters tall appeared behind Zixiao. The figure was like a replica of him, but it was as if it had been eroded by ink, making it completely black. Sisysis. The light of thunder surrounded Zixiao and his appearance. Immediately afterwards, the sky was shrouded by dark clouds, and among the rolling dark clouds were thunder after thunder. The terrifying thunder made the monks below stand on end. They felt that if the thunder fell on them, they would definitely be smashed on the spot and no one would be left alive. At the same time, They were also glad that they were not blinded by greed and took action against Zixiao. The world-destroying thunder followed Zixiao's hands and fell directly from the sky. Thousands of green dragon shadows roaring up to the sky met the thunderous thunder falling from the sky. Boom 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 boom. Deafening roars resounded throughout the city, and the extremely solid formations of Qilian city also fluctuated layer by layer. Is this a fight for the younger generation? Some monks looked at the scene in the sky in shock, and even wiped their eyes, unable to believe what they saw. Such terrifying power is unheard of. Dragon shadows and thunder were constantly intertwined in the air, and Lu Changming below couldn't hold it in any longer. He took out a golden war spear and rushed towards Zixiao in the air. Roar. Lu Changming turned into a stream of light, and the holy voice of heaven came out from the war spear. This is the Taoist rhyme that kills all living beings. It can only be displayed by taboo beings. It has always only appeared in legends, but now it is really seen. Chapter 67. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ban dang zem van ban gok chua dike, ko the kio soang koi trang de chan ban dike. After all, Lu Changming is the son of the supreme being underground. It was normal to use forbidden methods. Dragons and lions roared in the sky, and ripples appeared in the void. All the alien beasts near Scarlet Lien City crouched down, and the suppression from their bloodline made them unable to lift their heads at all. The bodies of some alien beasts that were close began to break apart. The war spear in Lu Changming's hand was not a mortal object, but a sacred weapon. Only a descendant of the supreme power could have such a background. Looking at the stream of light coming towards him, Zixiao stood with both hands in front of his chest and patted it gently. Snap, a wave of Taoist rhyme spread slowly along his palm, and the space seemed to stand still at this moment. The Qinglong, who was fighting fiercely with the thunder in the sky, moved slowly. The golden light on Lu Changming's body gradually dissipated, and all his spiritual power was actually blocked at this moment. Varied. Aha! Before he had time to think too much, Zixiao actually appeared in front of him. I saw a magnificent golden hall appearing behind Zixiao, with flowing divine light. Every brick and tile and every stone step was radiant. It was extremely sacred and majestic, like the birthplace of a god. One can faintly hear the Sanskrit sounds of the great Tao in that palace. It weighed as much as billions, and could crush the heaven and earth. It was difficult for the physical body to resist, and it suppressed Lu Changming. Boom. The earth was sinking, like the end of the world. The mountains on the distant horizon continued to collapse, smoke and dust rose into the sky, and the formations of Qilian city began to shake. Break it for me. There were traces of blood on the corners of Lu Changming's mouth. His face was ferocious, and he held a sacred weapon and struck hard at the treasure hall named Ling Shao. The war spear and the treasure palace were like needles facing each other. They were both holy weapons and collided with each other immediately. The reason why the holy vessel is called a holy vessel is because it is surrounded by the resonance of heaven and earth that only saints can use. Although Ling Shao Palace does not have this resonance, its material has made up for this. In terms of hardness, it is far better than a war spear. Boom, the golden hull fell, and the door opened wide, with a force that swallowed the sky, and forced Lu Changming in. This temple was extremely powerful and terrifying, as if it could suppress all living things. Taoist sounds, Zen singing, and sacrificial audio were transmitted from ancient times, and they were gathered together to create a brand new golden temple, making it even more mysterious. As the owner of the Dao Yun Zixiao that circulated, she was also secretly frightened. This Lingshao Palace is definitely not as simple as it seems on the surface. At this time, Lu Changming had been sucked in by the sky-devouring power, and was about to break through the palace door and be refined by Lingshao Palace. A black shadow rushed over from below. Zixiao's pupils split into two, and the ancient double pupils appeared. The divine light of life and death burst out at this moment. Laugh. A bottle surrounded by 3,000 Dao rhymes appeared on the head of the black shadow. The bottle stood horizontally in the sky, and wisps of Dao rhyme enveloped it. The two rays of divine calamity light from Chong Tong directly hit the opponent's body. Boom. A deafening sound rang out, and the light from the sky, the power that could erase all traces, was actually directly blocked by it. Dao Aquarius? The system's voice sounded in Zixiao's head, and his tone was full of heat. Host. Host. No. Ba ba. Please. Grab that thing quickly. Show your true colors. You have to stand up, ding dong, congratulations on obtaining the holy weapon, the celestial sword, congratulations on getting the holy medicine, sunflower, congratulations on obtaining the skill, Han Tian Huan Ju, congratulations on getting. The system was going crazy, constantly stuffing things into Zishao, but now Zishao had no time to pay attention to the notification sound in his head. He was also attracted by the magic weapon called the Tao Aquarius in front of him, crush 3,000 Taoist rhymes and transcend the way of heaven. Sacred weapons, supreme weapons, even imperial weapons, are probably not as scary as this Tao Aquarius. While thinking about it, the black shadow had already arrived in front of Zishao, and it was Lu Chang'e who came. He's mine. Lu Chang'e's eyes were domineering and cold. He came here for Lu Changming. For him, Lu Changming, who has the blood of dragon and lion, is the best supplement. Seeing that Zishao was about to use the temple to refine it, Lu Chang'e couldn't bear it any longer. He didn't care about exposing his identity and took action directly against Zishao. Puff. Only see Willow. Chang'e opened his mouth and spit out a ray of rosy light, which wrapped a flying knife. The rosy light was bright, and the moment the flying knife came out, it slashed towards Zishao. The speed was so fast that people had no time to dodge. Ding. The sound of metal collision rang out. Oh! Lu Chang'e looked at Zishao with interest. I don't know when, the black armor has covered Zishao's whole body. This is the wonderful use of the ancient double pupil, the double pupil armor. Just now, the flying knife went straight to Zishao's head, but was blocked by the double pupil armor. What a pair of good eyes! Lu Chang'e's eyes were full of greed. Want my eyes? Zishao looked at Lu Chang'e with a smile, and his fighting spirit was also ignited in his heart. Because of his own physical condition, coupled with the countless natural treasures, his realm can be said to be like a rocket, and it is difficult for anyone of the same generation to compete with him. Sui Yuanfei and Lin Yi may be qualified to fight him in the future, but definitely not now. These two sons of destiny have not grown up yet. On the other hand, Lu Chang'e, the destined villain, is different. He has a villain system, and the flying knife just now, if I guess correctly, is the flying knife that kills the immortals, as a villain, and also has magic skills. Zishao has a special feeling for Lu Chang'e. Similarly, Lu Chang'e is the same. His eyes are fixed on Zishao, completely ignoring the prompt sound of the system. What is keeping a low profile for the time being? What is waiting for the son of destiny? He must die in my hands. This is the idea that appeared in the minds of the two people at the same time. Boom. After the two looked at each other, they instantly fought together. The black air in the sky was surging, sweeping in all directions, like a boiling black ocean, drowning the world. Lightning flashed in the dark clouds, dazzling, rumbling, and extremely powerful. Although the cultivators below were protected by the array pattern, the power of the world still frightened them. Lu Chang'e was tall and straight, and it was obvious that he had already made a full effort. The black spiritual power in his body was boiling, and the blood of the devouring demon body was completely revived, cracking the sky, and his eyes were terrifying. Then, Lu Chang'e made seals with his hands, and the avenue Aquarius in the air tilted towards Zishao. The black spiritual power inside surged and directly covered the sky. He exuded a monstrous power like a demon god, which frightened many people. Through the heavy breath, it seemed that a pair of scarlet eyes could be seen. Chapter 68. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ban dang zem van ban gok chua dike, ko the kio soang quoi trang de chan ban dike. Well done. Zishao shouted hello, and also formed a seal with his hands, and he directly moved the Lingshao palace across the sky and the earth. Mountain moving technique. Baoxiang's solemn Lingshao palace smashed directly towards Lu Chang'e. Buzz buzz, the sound of Mimi's teachings filled the sky. The monks below could only feel their heartbeats speeding up. The spiritual platform was obscure, and the bursts of Sanskrit sounds in their head seemed to save them. The black ocean filled the sky and covered the sky with huge waves, shooting toward the purple sky. Swallow the sky. Lu Chang'e roared angrily, his black hair fluttering wildly, and the billowing black waves formed a huge mouth in the sky, as if he wanted to swallow Zixiao into his belly. Boom. When Lu Chang'e was performing the power of swallowing the sky, the majestic Lingxiao palace hit him hard. At the same time, Zixiao was also overwhelmed by black. Puff. The Lingxiao palace collapsed in time and space, and hit Lu Chang'e's body. Even the defensive magic weapon that emitted a dim light on his body could not withstand it. Hundreds of bones were broken, and he flew out. Zixiao, who was in the black waves, was not harmed. Not only that, he even felt that the black waves around him had a kindred feeling to him, the original demon body. He is the first demon in the world. How could such a demonic body be affected by other demonic powers? Lu Chang'e, who was flying out in the distance, couldn't care about why Surprise and Zixiao were not affected by the magic power. He formed a seal with his hands and a large amount of spiritual power spurted out. Zixiao also greeted Lu Chang'e. They displayed various wonderful skills and destroyed the world. Every move they performed was able to resonate with the Great Avenue. Lu Chang'e didn't know what kind of taboo technique he had opened, which brought his cultivation level directly to the peak of the fusion realm, so his spiritual power was not inferior to Zixiao's. Crack! At this moment when the two were fighting, a golden lightning cracked the sky, causing many people to close their eyes. It was so dazzling and bright that it pierced the sky and came in an instant. Zixiao! Lu Changming roared and rushed over. He had been trapped in the Lingxiao temple before, but when Zixiao used the mountain-moving art to smash the temple at Lu Chang'e like bricks, he was also shaken out. This suddenly made him confused. It took him a long time to recover, but he saw Zixiao fighting with another young man. The two of them were floating in the air, and the cultivation of the fusion realm enveloped the entire city. All the monks watching the battle screamed in surprise because of the battle between the two. On the other hand, he, the heir of the taboo, has become a background, and no one cares about him. This made Lu Changming furious. After regaining consciousness, he directly burned his dragon and lion essence and blood. The terrifying spiritual power enveloped his whole body and he charged directly towards the two people in midair. Zixiao is mine. Get out of here, you bastard! Because Lu Changming burned his essence and blood, his realm instantly broke through, and he almost broke through the Mahayana. He threw the war spear in his hand towards Zixiao, and he rushed towards Lu Chang'e. In his opinion, it was all because of Lu Chang'e who suddenly appeared and stole his limelight. Zixiao is his opponent. As the heir of the taboo, how can you let others compete for the glory? Clang! Zixiao's hand was like a piece of crystal jade, shining brightly, and his eyes were endlessly cold. He held the war spear with 2 fingers. Such a blow is enough to destroy a city, sink the earth, and knock down meteors, but now it is caught between 2 fingers. The monks below were all shocked. After taking the war spear, Zixiao did not rush to take action. Instead, he stretched out his hand and the surrounding spiritual energy gathered instantly. A throne appeared in midair. He sat down directly and looked at Lu Changming with interest. Take action against Lu Chang'e. At this time, Lu Changming looked like he was possessed by a demon, with endless murderous intent in his eyes. His blonde hair was like a dragon, and his murderous aura was boiling. Lu Chang'e smiled strangely. It's a pity that you burned your essence and blood. You may lose some strength, that's all. After all, you have the blood of dragon and lion. Swallowing you can make my body stronger. Swallow me. Lu Changming laughed angrily. You hide your head and show your tail. You want to devour me too. Let's see who devours whom. Roar. The roar of dragons and lions shook the sky. Lu Changming roared, and his whole body was surging with energy. He was like a divine furnace, radiating light, thousands of feet high. Blood and energy surged, as vast as the ocean. He swung his fists and arms vigorously, striking out 9 wild dragons, extremely strong and masculine. Seeing this scene, Lu Chang'e was not panicked at all. He used secret methods to improve his realm and had reached the peak of the fusion realm. Seeing Zixiao sitting on the throne in the distance, he smiled with a bad taste on his face, and then waved his hand. Boom! Above the black waves covering the sky, a huge wave came and hit Lu Changming directly. This directly made his bones all over his body make a sound of breaking, and blood splashed into the sky. The terrifying power hit Lu Changming's body, making him shoot towards Zixiao like a meteor. "You evil guy!" Zixiao saw the stream of light and waved his sleeves lightly. Bang! Lu Changming turned into a golden light again and attacked Lu Changge. Bang! 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 The cultivators below all stared with their eyes wide open. They couldn't believe what they saw. Zixiao and the mysterious young man, the two of them hit the forbidden air, the supreme son Lu Changming, like a ball in the air. This is in Qilian City. Where do they get the courage to be so arrogant? Bang 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 bang, the golden light in the air was getting faster and faster. It was obvious that Zixiao and Lu Changge had used their strength. Lu Changming's bones had long been broken, but because of the blood of the dragon lion, he was still barely alive, but he had become a ball, constantly being hit around, and even in the end, the sound of the hit made a sonic boom, causing the void to vibrate. Boom. Zixiao hit Lu Changming again, and this hit made blood and internal organs spill out. Lu Changming turned into a stream of light and attacked Lu Changge. Huh! Lu Changge's eyes were full of solemnity. Although they both had a bad taste and were playing with Lu Changming, they both used their own Dao rhyme when playing ball. It can be said to be another kind of fight. At this moment, Zixiao's casual attack and the Dao rhyme on the sphere made Lu Changge no longer relaxed. Swallow the sky. The magic power was overwhelming, and Lu Changge pushed forward fiercely with both hands. Boom! The black magic flame exploded. Lu Changge groaned, which made him suffer a lot, and most importantly, Lu Changming had turned into a ball of minced meat at this time, and he couldn't die anymore. Zixiao wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Lu Changge looked at the man on the throne of the void. At this time, Zixiao was sitting on the throne, his eyes full of teasing. Obviously, he didn't use his full strength. Chapter 69. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The old man was so angry that he was not very happy. Lu Changge looked at Zixiao solemnly. The light pouring out of the avenue Aquarius enveloped his whole body, so that the people below could not see his appearance at all. For Zixiao, Lu Changge began to doubt himself in his heart. He was not the kind of fool who only knew how to follow the system's tasks, so he was also half believing and half doubting the system's words. Especially after meeting Zixiao. For such a person, do you say he is not the son of destiny? Either there is a problem with the system, or Zixiao has a big secret beyond imagination. Some time ago, Zixiao fought against the Holy King with the strength of the spirit-severing stage, and the details of the battle have been spread. The black coffin means decay. Now Zixiao has not sacrificed the black coffin at all. Is it because he is not worthy of the other party using his trump card? Thinking of this, Lu Changge's expression became more serious. Zixiao, you are really a special person. I think if I can swallow you, it will be of great help to me. The power of the peak of the fusion realm on Lu Changge's body was released wantonly, and the sound of the avenue sounded in the air. He planned to swallow Zixiao at all costs. Only in this way could he find out the secrets of the other party. If the magic power is exposed now, it may be a bit troublesome, but it is too late to think about it. That Lu Changge's eyes condensed, and then a powerful black air wave burst out from his body. The cultivators below seemed to see an ancient demon god howling to the sky. Huh! Lu Changge rushed towards Zixiao sitting on the throne with rolling black waves, and the light pouring out of the avenue treasure bottle became more and more intense. Magic power. Zixiao felt the rolling magic power on Lu Changge's body, and his eyes lit up. This heaven-devouring demon body combined with the demon heart was definitely more than the sum of its parts. Should we say that he is worthy of being the villain of destiny? Unfortunately, using magic power to deal with him is the most idiotic way. The rolling magic power directly wrapped Zixiao in it. Lu Changge's eyes had turned ink black, and the aura on his body was full of tyranny, death, and destruction. Zixiao waved his hand casually, and a blue beam of light directly pierced through the black waves in the sky. The beam of light hit Lu Changge with the power to tear everything apart. The light of the avenue Aquarius resisted the blue beam of light. Under the collision of the two forces, the surrounding void began to collapse. Crack, crack, crack. Just as the two fought, the earth was torn again and again. The forbidden aura enveloped the entire world. The taboo is coming. Hurry up, a cultivator shouted, and the whole Chilean city was in a panic. After all, if the Supreme made a move, the earth would be overturned and the sky would fall. If you stayed in Chilean city, you would be involved in it if you were not careful. All the major forces in Chilean city activated their own array patterns. Since the last incident, no one would think that Chilean city was absolutely safe. In order to avoid being affected, they spent a lot of money to engrave the array patterns around their own industries. Buzz buzz buzz. For a while, various colors of light lit up in Chilean city. Zixiao and Lu Changa in the sky stopped at the same time and looked at the ground. A giant hand stretched out from the constantly breaking earth. Taboo revived. Lu Changa turned his head to look at Zixiao and teased, "Zixiao, you should be in big trouble. It seems that our battle will." Swish. Before Lu Changa finished speaking, his eyes blurred and Zixiao actually came directly in front of him and reached out to grab his Tao Aquarius. Fuck. You have no martial ethics. Lu Changa could no longer maintain his noble personality. He never thought that Zixiao would reach out to snatch his magic weapon at this moment. The Tao Aquarius is a special magic weapon, which contains the Tao, so it is impossible for it to truly recognize its master. So if it is taken away by Zixiao, he will lose this trump card. Originally, he thought that the taboo would be revived, and he should leave. Who would have thought that Zixiao, this bastard, had no martial ethics? That's my thing. The surrounding black waves turned into giant black hands and entangled with Zixiao, but the latter ignored it and let those black hands entangle himself. The demonic power on Lu Changa was overwhelming, and those black hands entangled with Zixiao's body and began to burn rapidly. Corrupted spirit fire. This is a move in Lu Changa's magic skills. As long as you are burned by this fire, even if you have the best cultivation, you will gradually be tortured to the point of being worse than death. But a scene that shocked him appeared. The corrupted spirit fire not only did not burn Zixiao's soul, but it was constantly nourishing Zixiao like pure spiritual energy. Magic skills are useless to you. At the critical moment, Lu Changa didn't care about being shocked, because Zixiao immediately caught the Tao Aquarius. System, help me. Lu Changa roared, and then shot towards Zixiao's position, with a mysterious aura emanating from him. This is the system, that is, the power of the Tao. But this power was stopped as soon as it appeared. A disdainful voice sounded in Zixiao's mind. Who are you trying to scare? You want to deal with my host with the little bit of Tao rhyme you have? What level? Use the same power as me. At this time, Zixiao had no time to pay attention to what the system was saying. He directly grabbed the legendary secret treasure, the Tao Aquarius, with one hand. Give it to you. Buzz. The moment he got it, the word Tao poured into his spiritual platform. At this moment, Zixiao's understanding of the world, and all things in the world was directly raised to a higher level. Give it back to me. Lu Changa also rushed up at this time. His face was hideous, his eyes were full of bloodshot, and his face, which was originally a little evil, was distorted at this time. The Tao Aquarius was an important magic weapon he used to refine those sons of destiny. As a son of destiny, he was blessed by the heavenly Tao. If he didn't use this Tao Aquarius and just used magic skills, I don't know how long it would take to swallow one. So Lu Changa has gone crazy now. Hee hee. Zixiao looked down at Lu Changa, grinning and showing his white teeth. Want it? I won't give it to you. After that, he casually slapped Lu Changa. Lu Changa's eyes were fixed on the Tao Aquarius. Even when he saw Zixiao attacking him, he didn't have any intention of dodging. This time when he came to Chilean city, he didn't swallow the creature with dragon and lion bloodline, he didn't get the forbidden inheritance, and now even the Tao Aquarius is going to be lost. This is simply intolerable. Zixiao. You despicable bastard. Give me back my magic weapon. Bang. Zixiao's palm slammed hard on Lu Changa's chest. Chapter 70. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ban dang zem van ban gok chua dike, ko the kio soang koi trang de chan ban dike. This palm directly caused Lu Changa's chest to dent, and blood mist spurted out from the corner of his mouth, but even so, he had no intention of leaving. Instead, he stretched out his hand to snatch the Tao Aquarius back. TSK, TSK. It's really a headache to be entangled endlessly. This avenue treasure vase is already mine, don't you know? It won't go with you. Give it back, boom. Lu Chang'e ignored Zi Zhao's smacking of lips as his magic power reached its peak. His cultivation is even more like breaking through the shackles of integration. The phantom of the demon god became more and more solid behind him, just like the heaven and earth dharma that Zi Zhao used before. Lu Chang'e was strong and domineering. At this moment, he really looked like a god and demon, raising his hands and feet with a terrifying aura. The next moment, Lu Chang'e's right hand collided with Zi Zhao's fist, a dazzling light burst out, and the violent demonic power spread out, making the void roar. The remaining energy that fell to the ground traveled along the earth's veins, causing a rocky mountain in the distance to explode into powder. After the two of them delayed like this, the taboo on the ground finally came out. Boom! A huge creature slowly crawled out from the cracks in the ground. The creature was huge, and the entire Qilian city was like a toy in front of him. He was completely golden, and his face could not be seen clearly, but the dragon power on his body and the two golden dragon shadows surrounding his arms, his identity was still exposed. Forbidden creatures, descendants of the dragon clan. Every step the creature took, the sky fell and the earth fell, and all kinds of Taoist rhymes continued to flow around it. Snort, that a cold snort sounded like thunder, and the formations of Qilian city collapsed directly. Lu Chang'e in the sky even vomited blood and flew out. On the other hand, Zi Xiao was holding the Tao treasure vase, floating in the air without moving. He has the blessing of a transcendent halo, which allows him to ignore anyone's pressure. Coupled with the Tao Aquarius, even if the Supreme is in front of him, it is impossible to make him surrender with a cold snort. Human Zi Xiao, you still dare to come to my Qilian city and kill the descendants of my Qilian city. Do you think you are guilty? That the majestic voice resounded throughout the heaven and earth, and the Taoist rhyme in the air vibrated with it. There was no trace of emotion in that creature, just like the God King sitting high in the 9 heavens, judging the weak ants. The puddle of meat on the ground was obviously Lu Changming. The creature didn't care at all about this, but instead directly questioned Zi Xiao. Obviously, for creatures like them, all blood relatives are empty. Only the road to becoming an emperor and the opportunity to become an immortal can make their emotions fluctuate. Convicted? Under the shocked gazes of a group of monks, Zi Xiao said teasingly, your successor is so vulnerable, do you blame me? He is not even qualified to be the ball. I advise you to find another successor. Here, is Zi Xiao looking for death? The Supreme One cannot be insulted. Even if he joins the shaking light Holy Land, he will not be able to escape death if he insults a supreme being in person like this. You are still too young. A mere junior in the divination realm thinks that he has taboo means to defeat the Holy King, so he thinks he can stand up to the Supreme Being. It's such a pity that a generation of talented people will die here. This Zi Xiao is quite crazy. Coupled with his monster-like talent, I am afraid he has to be the Emperor's son to be invincible. The Golden Age is coming. Ancient geniuses, emperors, and forbidden creatures will all appear in this age at the same time. For the chance of becoming an immortal, I am afraid that killing them is indispensable. The road to becoming an immortal is also a road of dry bones. If you want to win that slim chance, it's easier said than done. Zi Xiao ignored the discussion below. The reason why he was so arrogant was because he was tired of living. By using the heavenly burial technique and paying a certain price, he could indeed have the strength to compete with the Holy King in a short period of time, but it was just a confrontation, just like that Lord Long. If Miao Miao hadn't appeared, I'm afraid Zi Xiao would have to pay a greater price to escape from his hands. The reason why he is so arrogant now is entirely because he received the message only told him 5 words, get me crazy. It was these 5 words that made Zi Xiao extremely unruly when facing the Supreme Being. When he came out of Yaoguang Holy Land, Holy Lord Yaoguang told him that the ancestors of the Holy Land were already on their way back. In Qilian City, they are going to make it, however, because all the strong men above the Supreme have made an agreement, that is, they cannot attack each other without reason, so they need a reason. The word arrogant is tailor-made for Zi Xiao. Even the heavenly Tao intends to deal with him. What's so scary about just the Supreme? Really? The creature did not mean to be angry, but spoke calmly. Since you don't admit your guilt, I will punish you to kneel in my Chilean city for 3,000 years. After 3,000 years, let the people of Yaoguang Holy Land take you back. 3,000 years? The monks looked at each other. 3,000 years is too much time for these monks. Some of them are only Yuanying and Jindan, and their lifespans are not even 3,000 years. For a genius like Zixiao, even 1 year is enough for other peers to surpass him. What's more, now is the golden age. If he really kneels for 3,000 years, not to mention the chance to become an immortal, he won't be able to practice cultivation, and Zixiao's heart of Taoism will be shattered. How cruel. Let me kneel. You are worthy. Zixiao heard the tone of the creature judging him like a high god, and he was also really angry. It won't take 3,000 years, give me 3 years, and I will kill you. Zixiao's arrogant words not only stunned all the cultivators, but even the forbidden creature was stunned for a moment, and then his golden pupils became cold. Boom. The earth shook, and dragon shadows formed by veins rose from the ground. The sage realm can control the situation of heaven and earth, while the supreme realm can already use the power of the real law. Words come true, and a thought can make mountains overturn, the earth collapse and the sky fall. The dragon shadow formed by the earth vein roared and rushed towards Zixiao. The latter just wanted to resist, but found that the space and spiritual power around him were all blocked. Forget about resistance, now he can't even move. This is the power of the supreme realm. System, host, how about you give me the Tao treasure bottle? I will burn myself and kill the little snake. You still want to take advantage of the fire? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I just want to help you. As for this Tao treasure bottle, it is a necessary means, otherwise do you think I can really fight against the Supreme? What's the use of you? You. Hearing Zixiao's disgusted voice, the system was also anxious. I am very useful. You will know if you use it more. You have been playing badly before, how could you know my many functions?